I'm Darrell Marsh. I'm the president of Atlantic Philanthropy, the aforementioned very large, giant foundation. We're humble but large. This is billed as storytelling, and I'm not really a very good storyteller. If I were to tell a story, it would be like, once there was a foundation with an enormous pile of money that it was trying to get rid of by 2016. Deliberately, mostly, but the market helped somewhat. I wanted to stand here as an NCRP board member and as the leader of a large foundation to say a couple of things. Atlantic, indeed, while our place in the charts I was looking at this morning on the plane is, we don't appear exactly as we should, so we'll litigate about the charts as well as anybody else. But we are probably the largest foundation to have a consistent commitment for many years to general operating support, core support, multi-year grants. We have been significant and vigorous funders of advocacy. We're big backers of campaigns in the United States for comprehensive immigration reform, to abolish the death penalty. We're very involved for many years in the battle to expand S-chip coverage for children, and now the campaign for comprehensive health care reform. So we're very much engaged in advocacy, not only here, but in the other countries in which we work, like South Africa, where we have been big supporters of the Treatment Action Campaign on AIDS. A chime is going off someplace. I'm sure someone will want to attend to that. And in Ireland, where we supported the Older and Bolder campaign to appoint a minister for older people's affairs in Ireland. So we're very much along lines of some of the benchmarks. We've been very, very active. Where we could do better and are trying to do better is in having a more explicit focus on social justice in all the work that we do. We've just gone through a process, which is almost concluded, of looking at the things we do and asking ourselves the question of how we can be more effective. Should we be looking more at, for instance, the barriers that racism and sexism, for instance, imposes on our effectiveness? So if you look at the campaign on comprehensive immigration reform and you fail to see that as clearly as being hobbled by racist attitudes, you're not going to be very effective in that campaign. We're going through that process, and this report to me is extremely helpful to any foundation in the sense that what it does is it tries to lift up standards that people can engage and debate and discuss. Not everybody will meet all of them. Some people may indeed disagree with some of them, but it's a model of engagement by foundations in some of the key social issues of our day. And I think to the extent that it will spur this discussion and some debate, I think it's a very, very worthwhile thing. There really hasn't been until now enough by way of positive example, benchmarks, case studies, and so on, that give foundations and the folks they fund the opportunity to ask these kinds of questions and go through this kind of process. So finally, I would say that I think what this does, in my view, very, very usefully, is engage a debate that's been going on in philanthropy for the last several years, and that is a debate about philanthropic impact and effectiveness. And that debate, in my view, has for the most part been somewhat sterile and technocratic. And what it needs to do is have more content, which connects the question of effectiveness to the change that you're trying to make in the world. I think this makes an enormous contribution to that, and I'm very glad to be part of the organization that has issued it. Thank you.